Something new, something new. Football is back. You know what else is back, Joe? Fantasy football, motherfuckers.
I
This is Tom Grassi, and this is 30 and 30, and you're watching Illogical Canadian.
All right, welcome. This is our coverage of the Illogical Canadian Fantasy Football League season preview. I'm obviously the commissioner of Illogical Canadian. I got with me the director of media personnel on the ICFA, Mr. Red.
Logical, it is an absolute privilege and pleasure to be talking football with you this evening. I'm
It
very
is a
much looking
pleasure as
forward to
well.
this.
So we got plenty of stuff to cover. Talk about how each team looks, where I'm sure Red will probably have better opinions than I will about where each team will
Debatable.
finish, how each team looks. But enough of that dilly dally bullshit. It's time to talk some fantasy. So let's look at some of the rosters. I'll just read them off, and then you can
hmm
tell me where each team will stand. I'll read starters first, and I'll read bench, so you kind of get that in the order. And we'll
Sure
start
thing.
with my team. We'll start with my team. So my quarterback is none other than Mr. Patrick Mahomes. My two running backs, as it stands after trades, are Cam Akers and DeAndre Swift. My receivers are none other than Garrett Wilson and Jordan Addison. My tight end is George Kittle. My flex is currently Curtis Samuel. I have the Steelers
hmm
defense. And my kicker is Jake Elliott.
All right.
My bench guys are Anthony Richardson, Marvin Mims, Colts defense, Devontae Parker, which actually I should put him on flex now because he's projected to do better. Dalton Kincaid, Joey Sly, and Deion Jackson. Which again I should move up. Any thoughts on my team so far, Red? Because again, I don't want to judge my own team here.
All right. That was a lot to throw out at first. So let's kind of break it down by position group. So let's start over and we'll kind of go from there
All
because it's
right.
hard for me to
So,
gauge.
all right. So my two quarterbacks are Patrick Mahomes as my starter and Anthony Richardson as my backup.
Okay. So obviously, I'm going with you. Got to go with Patrick Mahomes to start off this week. I mean, he is without a doubt. And this is coming from a Bengals fan. He's probably the top quarterback in the league just based off of the success he's had. Um, pretty elementary at that point. And then I got to get the schedule up on my phone. So give me 1 second
Um,
here. You might not see me
I,
for a second.
I get the schedule for Kansas City. They're facing Detroit Thursday night.
Yeah, I mean, there's not much else really to say about that one. That's going to be a pretty easy. I wouldn't say an easy win. It could be a showcase for the Lions. We'll have to wait and
Holy,
see.
absolutely could.
But oh yeah, I mean, it definitely could be a showcase for the Lions. But it's really going to kind of come down to. Am I still on camera? I'm really trying
You're
hard.
no, you're fixed all black box.
Okay, sorry about that.
No, it's
For
no,
the
you're fine. You're
record,
good.
we'll get better at this as we go on. So Oh yeah, that's right. They're open up on Thursday night. You'll know pretty quick how that's looking.
Yeah.
You'll know pretty quick how that's looking for you to begin.
Oh yeah,
Going
absolutely.
from there, wide receivers.
Or do you want to do running backs because they appear first?
Okay, running backs. My bad.
I just switched out Swift and I put in Deion Jackson because he's projected to be higher than Swift is. But my running backs are Cam Akers and Deion Jackson. My bench is DeAndre Swift.
Yeah, I wouldn't be starting Swift this week against Kansas City. I know what's his name is currently doing the Le'Veon Bell
Swift is in
holdout.
Philly now. Did you forget Swift is with
Oh,
Philly?
that's fucking right. Goddamn. Okay, well in that case, you could tell. um,
Swift is
yeah, I
facing. I
mean,
can tell you, Swift is facing the Patriots this week. Oh, in week 1.
okay,
Because
all
I
right.
can see all the matchups for whoever.
Yeah, that would be much better because then I'm not flipping back and forth and kind of screwing myself up.
Yeah, that's good. That's
Yeah,
a lot better.
yeah, that would make more sense. We'll figure this out as we go.
Yeah, I'll figure it out. It's only a test run, guys. It's only a test run.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I agree with those moves. I really do. I don't know exactly how the Patriots are going to be looking on defense this season right now, but it is. I think that's a fair bet with how you guys sorted out.
Right. For my receivers, I have Jets receiver Garrett Wilson and Vikings receiver Jordan Addison. And
All
my
right.
is actually my two backups are Marvin Mims and Curtis Samuel.
Okay. Gotcha. Yeah, I would stick with your first two starters for sure. Those two will definitely be the better options going into this week.
Absolutely. Addison, he's a rookie. It's going to be his first NFL game. What are you expecting out of someone like Jordan Addison, coming in early on into like a highly competitive environment?
It's going to be tough. It depends on how the defense goes against their scheme, right? You could have the defense come up against them and maybe focus on the targets, or they may try to shut his ass down. So it's kind of be a toss up. You're not really going to know what a rookie wide receiver is going to be looking like until you get after that first week and you can really show out. Like nobody really thought how Jamar Chase was going to go, for example, when he played his first week against Minnesota a couple years back, and he just fucking balled out. So it's a coin flip. It's definitely risky, I think, to start to go with a rookie wide receiver in your fantasy with all those unknowns. But
Exactly. No, and I
we'll
agree
have to
with that.
see
It's
here.
it's very tough to see because his rookie year, like there's gonna be a lot of expectations piled on him.
Absolutely, and he's also still learning the system too. Like training
Exactly.
camp is long, it's brutal, it takes a while for these rookies to really get a grasp on the playbook. And you're not really going to know exactly how it's going to gel because with only three preseason games nowadays, it's a little bit tougher for them to get really into it in a game
Right. For my tight end, it is none other than George Kittle. Backup being Dalton Kincaid.
environment. Kittle. I mean, yeah, you need to start Kittle pretty much every fucking week except for the bye. Like, I don't know what
Right.
else to say there. He is an absolute fucking beast on the field.
I would have taken Kelsey, but someone else beat me to the punch.
Well, I mean, Kelsey's got a better quarterback. That's for sure. But for the 49ers, they're going to be targeting Kittle, I think, a lot more than Kelsey's going to get targeted by Kansas City because Kansas City has more weapons. So you got to think about
Right.
it like that, too.
Right. My flex is Patriots receiver Devontae Parker.
And who do you have in reserve again?
My reserve, I guess, would be either Samuel, Mims, or Kincaid.
Okay.
There's no favoritism, I guess, on that front.
Yeah, it's kind of you kind of got a mixed bag there. I don't fully trust that offense for the flex that you got in there right now. God, the name escapes me off the top of my fucking head. Why am I drawing a blank? God. Shit. Sorry.
Take your time. It's not a big deal. Like I said, this is only a test
Yeah.
run. We're taking this bit by
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I completely drew a fucking blank. What was I about to say? Fucking flex receiver's name. Damn it. I'm sorry, Logical.
No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, but
Well,
that I think that who you did pick for starter, my first thought was okay, yeah, it's kind of a you got three options there at flex that are kind of compared to the rest of the grouping you got laid out. I mean, you got pretty stellar grouping going into week one. I think it's just going to come down to just who you're going to be lining up with opponent wise.
exactly. Well, I'm fixing my goat. We'll get to his roster next. My defense is Pittsburgh. My reserve is Indianapolis.
I hate that idea of Indianapolis being a reserve defense. It's basically not even a defense. Steelers are going to have a tough time against the Niners trying to stop George Kittle, I think. It's going to be...
Oh, absolutely. They're going to have a hard time. I mean, remember, Colts are facing Jacksonville, so that's not any better.
Yeah, but what they... Yeah,
Okay,
but you look at the Steelers, they got a much better overall lineup on defense than they do the Colts. So obviously I would still go with them because the Colts are just they're the
trash.
Colts. Yeah.
That's a given. I mean, kicker, I mean, we really don't need to spend time on this one a lot. Elliott's my kicker,
No.
Jake Elliott's my kicker, and Joey Slay's my backup.
Great. We can move on. Kickers in fantasy are the only things that are just like they're only worth something if you absolutely need them in a close fantasy matchup.
I agree.
You only really need to worry because as long as the line up front holds back the defense, which is like 90% of the time, you should be getting points out of them every single game and not have to think twice about it.
Oh yeah. All right, so now let's go to my goat. So this is my goat's team, and we'll start with
quarterback.
We'll start with quarterbacks. All right. So his quarterback is Aaron Rodgers, and his backup is Bryce Young.
Jets start out week one on Monday night against the Bills. I mean, that is going to. Von Miller is back this season, so he is going to be a terrorizer.
Well, I thought he was still. Isn't Von Miller still on the pop because of the ACL?
Is he?
Oh, look. I can check.
I figured he'd be recovered by this point. He didn't have a setback, did he?
He stayed on the top list.
Okay, that's different. For the Jets, ultimately, it's going to come down to their offensive line. How well they can protect Aaron Rodgers. Will they give him the time to sling? Because
because Aaron Rodgers was missing a lot of shit last season. So you gotta figure, is like Shea Scenery good for him? Like it kind of was Brett Favre, but not really.
Well, if Hard Knocks' dick sucking has anything to tell you, it's probably that he's going to come out looking like the god of gods. But to be realistic, the offensive line, in my opinion, could still be suspect for the Jets. That is the one area I think they should have invested more in during the offseason rather than rebuilding the 2015 Green Bay Packers.
Right.
That's the
one
the
fact
thing.
That Anthony Richardson, his backup is Bryce Young. Never mind. His backup might be a better option, but you do you, I guess.
Well, you gotta. I will say this, okay? His backup is Bryce Young. You said.
Yeah.
Okay, so Bryce Young is playing week one against Atlanta. That is enticing only because the NFC South as a whole is a fucking shit show. So he could be going up against a defense that may be a little at best. But does that mean that it's a better pick? Not necessarily, because it goes back to what we talked about with your team. You don't really know how a rookie is going to act in game one until he actually gets out on that field and plays through it. So I mean, I feel like Bryce Young will do fine week one. I don't think he's going to be a dud. I don't think it's going to be 3 picks and no touchdowns. But I mean, I would still side with Rodgers because he is at least proven he has a lot of confidence going into this season under this new system. He certainly seems like it. It's worth a week one risk. And then
Right.
after week one, you can take a look at how Bryce Young did, how Aaron Rodgers did. You could have a pretty goddamn potent pair of quarterbacks to rotate throughout the season if you play your cards right, if you're McGoat.
Right. His running backs are his starters are Jahmyr Gibbs and Dalvin Cook, but he's got a whole flux of them in reserves. He's got Jerick McKinnon, he's got Devon Akan, and Damian Harris.
I was still sick with those first two, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, I know the running back is becoming a running back by committee. There's not really a whole lot of true stalwarts out there, so you can't really go wrong. You just got to go with the guy that's going to get the most touches. And I feel like that's what he did with this week.
His receivers are Stephon Diggs and Devontae Smith. He has McCole Hardman in reserve, as well as Jackson Smith and Jigba.
Who's he having flex?
The flex is receiver Rondale Moore.
I would put in Jigba in the flex.
Really? What? Well, Jigba's listed as questionable still because the wrist injury.
Okay, but if he is, that's going to be a game time decision. But I feel like could be an electric. This could be Ohio State bias. But I feel like this guy with coming into the Seattle offense is going to be an absolutely electrifying receiver. He's been able to stay pretty under the radar this offseason while he gets adjusted to his new surroundings. I mean, Seattle could be fucking dangerous this season. Seattle, they're playing week one against
Seattle, they're playing. Seattle's playing the
Rams.
All right.
I would throw. If he is going to be, he's going to be a questionable decision. But if he is able to play, fucking throw him in there. He's going to run wild over the Rams.
True. For his tight end, it's Hayden Hurst. He does not have one. Oh, he does have a tight end. It's Tucker Kraft.
That's an easy pick. Hurst every fucking time. Every fucking time.
Yeah.
Like that. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter who he's playing. He has no other option, really.
Yeah, because I have no idea who the fuck
Tucker
Kraft is.
Tight ends, they're not exactly like really great. There's not a whole lot of great, like amazing tight ends like you would see with wide receivers and quarterbacks in this league. So you're not going to get a whole lot of options there. So bye week's going to be rough on him. But yeah.
And his defense. His lone defense, because he does not have one in reserve, is the Broncos.
Which is fine. Oh, really?
Did you change your mind?
Oh boy.
Yeah, it's the Broncos.
They are playing the Raiders, though.
Yeah, that's true.
The Raiders are a mess. They got Jimmy G over the offseason, I think, right?
Right,
if
but
I'm right.
He was doing with the
yeah,
foot,
I mean,
it's good now.
Yeah, but it's not. That's a really shit defense. I'm sorry. Like they played really well against a few teams defensively last season, but it's not.
Don't remind me.
It's not that. Yeah, it's not great. It's gonna be rough on him. Like, he's gonna get beat just on the defensive side. I can guarantee you that.
Damn, you're really not even that confident.
I'm really not.
And I believe this is his lone kicker. It is Matt Prater.
Prater is automatic. Let's move on.
Pretty much coming.
Every time you're gonna bring up the kick, I'll be like, okay, you can kick. Go on.
Let's do Billy's team actually, because I gotta get him in here because he's bitching at my DMs like, "Hey, illogical,
God.
where's my link? You want your fucking link, you salty Tennessee volunteer bitch? There."
Man, if it was that easy to get into a live stream on YouTube, I'd send you your name 3 DMs every fucking time. But
there,
that's
Billy.
how it fucking works,
So there,
Billy.
Billy. You want in? You daft bitch. There.
Oh man.
But
We're
let's look at
definitely
Billy's
figuring this
team.
one out this week. I tell you what.
Yep. Quarterbacks. I think. Oh my god, he's an idiot. He only has one quarterback on his team. It's
He
Daniel
needs
Jones.
to go to waivers. He needs to go to waivers right fucking now.
There's nobody on waivers.
Who's the top candidate on waivers right now for this league?
Waiver. All of them at 0.0 projected.
Okay, who the fuck is the top candidate on waivers right now? He's not going to have a quarterback during the bye
Trey
week.
Lance.
Oh shit.
Whoa.
Oh no. Oh, that poor bastard.
You know,
Why don't you have a backup quarterback?
I don't know, because like I traded it for a running back.
You dumb bitch.
What?
Well, here's the thing. So
You're an
today
idiot.
I was playing Cards Against Humanity. And I said the greatest quote to be
Dude, we're doing a
punching-
fantasy football stream. You want to talk about fucking Cards Against Humanity? I should smack
Yes,
you.
because I said one of the most dumbest things of all time.
What? You have a big penis?
No. Oh,
Because
I
it's
said
fake.
as much as I like necrophilia with my dead wife, I'm going with necrophilia.
As a man whose ex-wife is very much alive, but going through a divorce, that kind of offends me, but also kind of nuts.
Well, it was between my dead wife,
Jesus.
anime wife. It was between my dead anime wife or Bob Parker.
Your dead waifu?
What in the fuck is
fuck?
wrong with you?
That's
Holy
not
shit!
me.
You
I
want
was
this
the
guy on the
card.
show?
Alright, you deserve yourself to go backstage for a little bit. You need to chill out. But yeah, his fucking lone quarterback is Daniel Jones. You're an idiot, Billy.
Oh no!
You're an idiot.
No! 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 Oh boy!
He's fucked.
Daniel
He's so
Jones.
fucked. His running backs are. He doesn't even have any in reserve. His running backs are Isaiah Pacheco and Brian Robinson.
Man, that's not terrible. I mean, there's
that's
far
actually a pretty
worse.
decent core.
Yeah, there's far worse out there.
Yeah.
You can still hear me, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he can.
Right.
Yeah, you can still hear. Yeah, you're good. His
Right, cool.
receivers are Jalen Waddle and T. Higgins, and his reserves are Alan Lazard, Jalen Hyatt, Jawan Jennings, and Josh Palmer.
I mean, Waddle and Higgins, you said, for his first two?
Waddle and Higgins, yeah.
Yeah, that's actually a stellar pair right there at receiver. He makes up with quite a bit. I mean, the Cincinnati receiver core is fucking deep as the ocean this season. So they're going to be getting a ton of touches. The issue I see with Higgins is just that the only thing that I could see going wrong is Boyd and Jamar take up the whole fucking show. That's the only thing they could see that could backfire on that. But Waddle's going to get plenty of opportunities. And then he said his reserves were what again?
His other receivers, T. Higgins.
No, you said Waddle and Higgins.
Right.
That's it?
No, his reserves are Lazard, Jalen Hyatt, Jawan Jennings, and Josh Palmer.
Okay. I would dump Palmer and get a fucking quarterback. Holy fuck.
His tight end is Newport, Massachusetts native Pat Fryermuth.
Fryermuth.
Only reason I know that is because that's about 20 minutes from my house.
Fryermuth is, in my opinion, and this is coming from a Bengals fan, so I say this with no bias, pretty good. He's pretty good. He's a big
No,
boy
he is pretty
who knows
good.
how to catch a foot. Yeah, I mean he's a big boy who knows how to catch the football, and uh, Pickens. Fucking god damn it! I was so. Let me just put this in this perspective. I was watching college football up until about 5 minutes before this stream started because I had a complete brain fart and forgot that we were doing this for a minute there,
Oh,
even though you
oh
messaged me a
my
few times.
god!
So it's I'm having a hell of a time on this stream right now. I tell you what.
Oh,
So
good.
I'll just yeah, I'll just be up front there. But that said, yeah, I mean Fryermuth, he is without a doubt one of the top uh tight ends in the NFL, in my opinion. He's underrated just because of the team he plays on, in my opinion.
Right. His flex is running back Damian Pierce. I
Running
guess you could
back
have a Pierce, yeah.
Damian Pierce. Huh. Okay. I mean, he's a running back. The nicest thing I can say there.
Yeah. His defense is Kansas City. His backup is the Jets.
So that actually, so he's starting Kansas City. Smart play this week, but any other week,
It
I would
might
flip
not be.
that for sure.
Yeah.
It might not be.
Just
That's gonna be.
just don't put the. One thing I'm gonna say though is, don't put the Jets in against the Patriots. That's all I'm gonna say.
I don't know. This is my thoughts, right? I mean, Kansas City again. They got one of their stars is currently on a fucking holdout, Le'Veon Bell style. But the Jets defense, without a doubt, is I think one of the best defenses in the whole NFL. Hell, they're probably
Oh,
like top
absolutely.
three.
I'm not saying that's wrong. No.
No, it's going to be a tough game opening up against the Bills because of Josh Allen and company. Um, so I feel like that Kansas City would be a safer bet to start on defense week one, just because Detroit, while they are definitely up and coming and they have a lot of potential, they don't have a stellar of an offense that could put up as many points as the Bills.
All right. I saw his kicker was. Give me 1 second. His kicker is Evan McPherson. Reserve is Jake Moody.
Why do you have reserve kickers? Jesus Christ, when you don't have a reserve quarterback. Oh God.
God's Billy
yeah,
for you.
Billy. You'll have two kickers, but you won't have a backup quarterback. Well, shit. I mean, Evan McPherson is without a doubt. I think he's going to be a stalwart kicker. He could be a Hall of Fame kicker. I think.
Oh yeah.
Heavy Bengals bias there, but
Yeah.
that's not just because he's a Bengal. It's also because he's just really that damn good. He's just so fucking accurate, cool as a cucumber in the most high pressure situations. He'll make a kick. That's the most I'll be able to say about any kicker besides its select few in this show.
Damn. All right. Next one we got up is Zoop's team, Queso Quackers. His quarterback is Russell Wilson. His backup is actually on IR right now, but Kyler Murray.
Why is Kyler on IR? That completely slipped my mind.
And that's the ACL tear from the non-contact against the Patriots last season.
That's right. Okay. I mean, goddamn, I'm drawing a blank again. I am so sorry. This is a clusterfuck on the screen. The starting quarterback is who again?
Chef Russ.
Chef Russ. Okay. When you have a quarterback on IR and Chef Russ is who you have to rely on to cook, you're gonna have a bad time. I know Denver is literally burning to the ground and he is still there. I seriously doubt we see Russell Wilson come back for a stellar performance this season. I think he is I don't think he's the chef. I think he's just cooked at this point in his
Yeah, he
career.
cooked the
He needs
pile
to
of
take his
shit.
money. He needs to take his money and fuck off at this point. Like there is nothing. I would rather take somebody who is guaranteed not to start over Russell Wilson because I'm going to get the same amount of points. I might actually not lose any points
Right.
without Russell Wilson.
Exactly. His running backs are Ramondre Stevenson and James Cook, and he only has. Oh no, he does have two in reserve. They are Elijah Mitchell and Evan Hull.
So Stevenson and Cook. Stevenson plays for the Patriots. Okay. Cook.
Is Bills.
Yeah. Wait, Cook is on the Bills. That's right. Okay, so I probably would be putting a higher priority on Cook just because of that, because the Patriots offensive line, I don't trust them. Like I
Right, but and
mentioned
Stevenson
earlier.
have been pretty good the last few years.
Yeah, Stevenson is good, but here's the problem with running backs in the NFL is again there's no real bell cows.
No, I
So
know.
yeah, there's not really. I can't really say a whole lot of good things about Stevenson. Yeah, he's good. He's a tier 3, tier 4 running back, but outside of that, I mean, I think that on a week to week basis, Cook might wind up being a more point getter than Stevenson will. And that's
Yeah.
just because of who he plays for. That's not saying that Stevenson is bad or he's worse. It's just that
Right.
who's going to open up more holes?
That can mean two things.
Fuck.
God
God damn it. This is a family show.
No, it's not.
Yeah, I'm just fucking with you. Put the kids to
Oh.
bed.
His receivers are Devontae Adams and Tyler Lockett, and the man has a whole slew of them in his reserve.
Now, before we go down it, let me ask you this. Do you think this slew is like a murderer's row or a list of the dead for wide receivers?
Yes.
That's not an answer.
It is now.
That's not a fucking answer. What do you mean, yes?
Just yes. If you don't know what to say, just answer yes, and everything will be okay.
Jesus Christ. Okay.
Kids, if you don't know the answer to their mouth problem, just say yes.
Boy. Okay. So his top receiver is Tyler Lockett?
No, his top is Devontae Adams.
Okay, I was about ready to say. I knew I was forgetting somebody. So, okay, Devontae Adams and Tyler Lockett are his top two.
And his flex, I should warn you, is a wide receiver as well, and that is Jahan Dotson.
Dotson's pretty good though.
Yeah, he is.
I think he's underrated.
Yeah.
I think the problem with Dotson is just the team he plays on. He hasn't had really a reliable quarterback ever. Lockett at least has a reliable fucking quarterback now. We thought it wasn't going to be reliable. Surprisingly, Geno Smith is fucking reliable. Who the hell knew that would be a thing?
Kind of right.
So I mean, that's a pretty okay, top 3 receivers on his team. I won't lie there.
All right. His tight end is Darren Waller. His backup is Gerald Everett.
Darren Waller. He's definitely going to be a safety valve a lot for Danny Derps in New York. That's going to be good for him. He's going to be a top producer, going to get him a lot of points. Don't really have much else to say about Darren Waller. He's pretty good.
Fair enough.
I would start him pretty much every week except for the bye.
Yeah. Defense is Cincinnati and has none in reserve.
All right, this is the only one I'm going to get cynical about Cincinnati. Very cynical. Cincinnati has done well trying to maintain what they have, but losing Bates over the offseason, and then there was another guy we lost too that whose name is escaping me at the moment. I think it was Von Bell as well.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah, that is going to potentially open up some holes. I'm not saying the guys that filled in the gaps are going to be bad. It's going to take some development. So the first couple of weeks, it could be a little rough. We could be seeing a lot of points being added in from Cincinnati, unless that defensive line and that linebacker core just shuts down everything that moves, which I don't know if they can, especially with the schedule they got this season. But
Right.
he needs to get a backup defense. Who's the best backup defense available?
Let me check real quick. Where the fuck are you? The best backup defense available on the open market currently is Minnesota.
Jesus. All right. Well, I mean, it's better than nothing.
Yeah.
It's not.
And his kicker
Not
is
Vegas.
not
It's not Chicago. It's not Houston. Minnesota's defense actually has a little bit of potential.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's not great. You gotta have something to kind of back your ass
Right.
up. Especially if
And
Cincinnati's defense does give up a lot more points than they're supposed to this upcoming year.
Exactly. And his kicker is Riley Patterson.
He can make field goals. Again, I told you, every time you mention a kicker, if I don't have anything to say, I'm just gonna be like, hey, he can kick.
Right.
Good for him.
Well, and
He's
this
going
is
to be kicking a lot for Detroit, though. I will say that.
Oh yeah, he will be. And now we get to arguably the stupidest team I think I've seen. Mix of
This
star
should be
power
fun.
and mix of idiocy.
All right,
This
well,
is
let's start
Voltic.
with
This
quarterback.
is Voltic's team.
Oh boy.
His quarterback, and I checked, he has none in reserve. Sam Darnold.
Okay, Sam fucking Darnold. Okay, how do you get the fucking backup to Big Cock Brock as you're starting? You are beyond fucked already. Like, quarterback is the position on your team. If you auto draft the rest of the way, that is the position you gotta pick. And you gotta make sure you get a solid quarterback in any fantasy league. If you don't, like, literally, how many teams are in this league again? Like 12?
20.
Okay, 20. Okay, still 20 teams in this fantasy league. From this 20th ranked quarterback is Kenny Pickett for Pittsburgh on my screen. You could have had at least Pickett. You know?
If you didn't get taken, which every quarterback in waivers right now is not projected to play.
He needs to make a trade. I don't know what else to say there. He is not going to get more points. I don't care who you tell me his receivers are. I don't care who you tell me his running backs are. He needs to trade and get a goddamn quarterback that's worth a fuck.
Yeah.
That's actually going to start if he has any chance of winning any games.
I'm looking at his reserves, and it's only running backs and receivers.
Well, there's plenty of teams that could use a decent running back or receiver.
Yeah.
Let's go to running back.
Let me read off some more of this. His running backs are Breece Hall and Najee Harris. His flex is Alvin Kamara.
Wow.
His starting flex.
That right there. His three running backs are Alvin Kamara, Breece Hall, and fucking who? Najee Harris. That is a pretty good. I mean, that's pretty good. I'm not going to bullshit.
Alvin Kamara is suspended.
Even though Alvin Kamara is suspended, when he's back, how many games?
And he's starting him in week 1.
Okay, then he needs to make a fucking change now. I forgot he was on flex. Holy shit.
Look at. Let me read off some of the reserve running backs he has. J.K. Dobbins, Kendre Miller, Dante Foreman, Kyron Williams, and Tyjae Spears.
Wait, hold the fuck up. How many running backs is that?
That was 5.
Why do you have 5 goddamn running backs?
That's all in
You
his
could have gotten a
reserve,
decent
too.
quarterback with one of those.
I think he auto-trapped it.
He needs to trade Najee Harris for a quarterback. There's no other choice he has. When
Yeah.
Kamara is off of his suspension, he'll be able to come in and help him. But he's got to trade Najee Harris. Like, he has no other fucking choice if he's going to be competitive.
And I think his only bright side is his receiver core. Justin Jefferson and Marquise Brown.
That's a damn good core.
That is
Justin
a damn good core.
Jefferson, Marquise Brown. Who's he have in reserve?
He has 2 in reserve. Jacoby Myers and Corey Davis, who's out with injury.
All right. Obviously, he needs to move Myers into the flex at this point. There's no other fucking
Out,
choice.
yeah. His tight end. His tight end. He's on the IR. Jelani Woods.
Oh my god. What? Bro, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you doing? He's not even. What the fuck are you? What are you? What? What? At least pick up the backup tight end for Indianapolis off waivers. I mean, what the fuck? That's Mo Alley Cox. He's your only option, right? I'm sure there's better options at tight end. At least fucking try. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
His defense is Tennessee.
Oh, hell no. Oh, fucking hell no. That's not even that's about as good as Minnesota, who's on fucking waivers. What the fuck?
His kicker is Matt Gay.
Can he make kicks? I don't know. We'll find out.
I know we want to continue.
Here's Matt Gay.
Ass.
Matt Gay plays on a really sad excuse of a football team. So he might actually get more points than a couple players on this roster that's starting, because the only way the Indianapolis Colts are making any points is if they get to the other side of the 40-yard line. I don't know how many times that's going to happen this season, but he'll be kicking them.
Yep. And now we're on the Seahawks team. I don't know why he called himself this.
I don't think we're going to get any worse. I seriously doubt we're going to get any worse.
No, I think that's bottom of the barrel. I honestly think that's bottom of the barrel.
That was, holy fuck. He's got some work to do if he wants to be any competitive. Or he'll just die.
Fuck. Yeah. But the thing is, though, that's the wrong league. I need to go to the other league. I don't know why I'm looking at that one. I don't even think he's actually projected at the bottom. No, he's not. No. He's actually projected third last.
Oh, man. You mean this gets worse?
Yes, unfortunately, because we got Helvin, another guy.
Oh, no. This is going to get worse.
All right, so let's go over P-Dog's
Who put me in this fucking job? Who did this? Now, we're going to be spending the entire season just laughing our asses off at these shitty fantasy rosters. That's all we're going to fucking do.
Yep.
It's going to be glorious.
Well, this one actually doesn't look too bad. This one actually might be one of the better rosters.
Well, please, I need a palate cleanser.
All right. His quarterback, and this is for P-Dog's team called Magic Knight Rayerf. His quarterback starter is Dak Prescott, and his backup is Kenny Pickett.
That's not much of a palate cleanser.
So like a palate cleanser.
At least he has quarterbacks that stars.
Yeah, and he's Dak Prescott, and he has good weapons.
Dak Prescott is fool's gold, in my opinion, at this point.
True.
He has had literally. Let me put it this way: some people value Deshaun Watson more than Dak Prescott at this point in fantasy. You know you're in some fucking trouble when Deshaun Watson, who I'm not going to repeat, did some unspeakable things allegedly. On the Browns, who are literally one bad season away from absolute nuke.
Right.
And Dak Prescott's work. I mean, I feel like if he doesn't have a good season this year, he could be on his way out,
Yeah.
as well as Mike McCarthy. But to get back to it, I mean, Jesus fucking Christ. Okay, Dallas, who do they play again week 1? I'm completely. They
Dallas
play the
is playing the
Giants
Giants.
week 1 on Sunday Night Football. That's right. Okay,
Yeah.
so he's probably going to do better because it's against the
Yeah.
Giants defense.
Right. His
But
running
after
backs
week 1,
are okay.
go for
His
it.
running backs are Aaron Jones and David Montgomery. He also has Josh Kelly and Rico Dowdle on reserve.
That's solid.
That's
That's
not bad.
okay.
I like it.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. I mean, again, I think David Montgomery is probably the better of that grouping, in my opinion.
Yeah.
That's pretty goddamn good for having a mid tier quarterback rotation. That's a pretty solid running back rotation.
Right. His receivers, one of them is a flex. Uh, Starting receiver slots are Jamar Chase and Cortland
Hmm.
Sutton. His flex is receiver Jaden Reed, and the lone receiver in reserve is Rashid Shaheed.
I gotta find Reed. I'm looking at
He's
the
Green
the
Bay. He's
fantasy.
Green Bay.
I know he's Green Bay, but I gotta find him on my. Here's the problem: like Jamar Chase, top two receivers in the league, right?
Yeah.
Reed, I'm scrolling my list. I cannot find him anywhere on the rankings. Where the fuck is he? I'm gonna keep looking. I literally want to find. Oh no. Oh man. Okay, so he's like a. Oh, where the fuck is he? Gee, this is not good. I can't. If he's not like top 35, that's bad.
Oh, good
The only
God.
thing saving him is Jamar Chase, and you said his other receiver was what again? Because I was looking through for Reed.
I'm sorry.
His other receiver besides Reed and Chase starting this week?
Sutton.
Sutton, that's a good one. God, that's okay.
Tight end
So
is T.J. Hawkinson.
okay, that's fair.
His backup, by the way, is Jawan Johnson of New Orleans.
I mean, Hawkinson, he just got fucking paid, overpaid in my opinion, but he just got fucking paid. So he's he's going to be playing his ass off. He'll be earning that money. I feel like he'll make up. I think Hawkinson will make up on points where Reed is in flex in that regard, but I think he needs to do a little bit of shuffling after week 1 to kind of figure out what the best fit's going to be for flex because it's not going to do it, buddy.
Right. For defense, it is Baltimore. He has Houston in reserve.
You might as well not even have a fucking defense in reserve. That's fucking shit. Baltimore, top 10 defense in the NFL, no doubt whatsoever. Drop Houston and pick up Minnesota off waivers. That's my advice. I'm just don't even fucking bother. Just just throw the body off the bridge. Okay.
I agree with that.
No
I
point.
agree with that wholeheartedly. I just fucking forgot. All right, for kicker, it's just Jason Myers. His backup is Kaimi Fairbairn.
Why backup kicker? Why backup kicker? Why? Myers. He'll be kicking the ball a lot. Seattle's going to score a lot of points.
No, that's a given.
That's all I got. He's going to kick the ball a lot. I don't know how much he'll make, but he'll be fine. All right. Next
All right,
up.
now for Toad's team, Weezer Hedgehogs. His QB is Trevor Lawrence. His backup is Mac Jones.
Okay. That.
Well, I feel like there's gonna be another shoe that drops.
That's a pretty ironclad quarterback rotation. I mean, Trevor Lawrence by himself is pretty goddamn good. Mac Jones, if he gets the bye week, I kind of want to see. So when Trevor Lawrence is, let's take a look at bye weeks real quick if we can. Let's see toward the back. You can pull up what the bye week is for Jacksonville and then who Mac Jones is going to be playing. I want to see what that matchup looks like.
Jags bye week is week 9.
All right, and who are the Patriots playing week 9?
Patriots opponent week 9. They play Washington.
Oh, he fucking made out like a bandit on that one. Jesus Christ. He is guaranteed at least 25 points a game from his quarterback position, no matter who's playing it this season, in my opinion. That's brilliant. Well drafted.
Yeah. His running backs are Christian McCaffrey and Devin Singletary. And his backup is in free agency. Tony Jones.
McCaffrey, Singletary. I mean, Singletary is good, but again, he plays for Houston, right? So that's a red flag. So when I do fantasy, and I didn't do fantasy at all, I might still get into a quick league myself before the season kicks off next weekend. But when I do fantasy, my number one rules are always this. When you take your quarterbacks, make sure they don't have the same fucking bye week, obviously. And don't take running backs unless you know they have a good offensive line. Singletary does not have a good offensive line. They picked up.
He's a second string running back.
That doesn't matter in the NFL. Let's be fucking honest here, okay? Again, there's no bell cows anymore. It's just running back by committee. If he, by the way, being a second string running back could be good because the first string is going to be so tired from running the ball so goddamn much. When you get down to the goal line, they're going to give it to Singletary.
Yeah. Also,
so that's going to maximize the point.
Right. Also, I just made a move. I just dropped Indianapolis defense and I acquired Minnesota.
Oh, you bitch. Taking my advice. Wow. No advantages here, folks. Let's keep on trucking. Yeah.
No fucking advantages. Receiver time. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just going to say, the only thing that I would say that's really going to luck out for him is that McCaffrey on San Francisco. That's a deadly attack with Brock Purdy on quarterback and McCaffrey, going to be able to disrupt the line. The play action is going to be absolutely brutal against any defense they play. I think he's ranked number 1 for a damn good reason. He's had a complete career resurgence. I mean, you can't get any better than Christian McCaffrey in this draft.
No, you cannot.
In this league.
His receivers are Chris Olave and Zay Flowers. Bench receivers are Wan'Dale Robinson and Isaiah Hodgins.
It's kind of a weak receiver core. Olave is the best he's got.
Yeah, I guess so.
Who's the New Orleans quarterback again this season?
For New Orleans, Derek Carr.
Yeah, I mean Derek Carr is going to have, I think, a little bit of growing pains in New Orleans, transitioning to a new system, a new play style. He's been in Oakland for so long that it's tough. Olave is a great receiver, but after you get after Olave and you start working your way down, after that, it kind of gets pretty weak, in my opinion, for the rest of his options. So, again, that's where we go back to quarterback for a second.
Too, Zay Flowers is a rookie.
Zay Flowers is a rookie. That's going to be kind of TBD. He could be a breakout star. He could be a bust. We don't really fucking know. But getting back to what I was mentioning earlier about the quarterback scenario, right? He's got, great quarterback in Trevor Lawrence. And he's also got Christian McCaffrey at running back. That helps make up the difference with having Chris Olave as your top receiver and then kind of a middle tier, rotation the rest of the way. So, I mean, overall, he's looking pretty solid right now with what I've heard this are.
His tight end is Greg Dulcich. His flex is tight end Mike Gesicki.
Dulcich?
And his bench is Dawson Knox.
Oh, fuck. His starting tight end plays for Denver. I hate that. I really fucking hate that. Who's his backup tight end?
Backup is Dawson Knox. He does
Start Knox.
He has a flex tight end as well in Mike Gesicki.
Hold on, I'm fucking shit. Hang on. Technical difficulties. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I heard you the whole time.
I would. Oh, sorry. My alarm. When I have an alarm on my phone that goes off at a certain time.
No, I heard you. Don't worry, you're good. You're golden.
Yeah. Okay. Start Knox over Dolchich. He's a great tight end. I don't care if he's the number 2 guy. If he's not the starter for the Bills, is he not the starter for the Bills?
I believe he is.
Start Knox. I don't care. Like Dawson Knox plays on a much better team than fucking Dolchich. Like, why would you even do that to yourself? That's just asking for trouble. Just because, oh fucking hell. Just because Dolchich might be ranked higher than Knox. Knox is a fucking beast at tight end. He is overshadowed by Stephon Diggs and Josh Allen, but that guy can fucking go. I would start Knox against the Jets. I don't care if their defense is stout. He'll bust through that thing. I'm sure of that.
No, I'm sure of it too. His defense is Philadelphia.
That's a great defense. He'll be that's going to get him. I'll get him 10, 15 points a game.
Yeah, and his kicker is Greg Zuerlein.
He can kick. And he plays on the Jets.
He'll be used a lot.
Next
now
guy.
It's Keegan. Oh my god! Now it's Keegan. His starter QB is Kirk Cousins. His backup is Geno Smith.
Ooh, 2 very closely ranked quarterbacks. They're kind of in the same vein, although I like Geno Smith more. I like Geno Smith a lot more than I do Kirk Cousins.
What's
Kirk
funny is Geno Smith is projected. Geno Smith is projected to have more points than Kirk Cousins.
I know. That's where I am having a bit of a conflict. Like when Cousins is on, man, he's one of the best fucking quarterbacks in the game, without a doubt. When he is off, he is fucking terrible, and I mean terrible with a capital T and a capital E. I would rather, if I was him, I would rather start Geno Smith this week going up against that Rams defense. I know Tampa Bay's defense is kind of meh this season, but the Rams defense is absolutely hot garbage. Like, start Geno Smith. Do yourself a favor. Get 25 points.
His running backs are Gus Edwards and Jerome Ford. He does have Hassan Haskins as his reserve.
Gus Edwards and Jerome Ford.
Those 2 are combined for about, I think, 10.8 points.
So what you're telling me is that his running back committee is shit.
Yes.
I concur. Like, seriously, I kept on saying the names as if it's going to conjure up something like, oh yeah, Gus Edwards, he's really, really good at running the rock. I'll be honest, it took me a second to remember he was actually a running back.
Yeah.
In this league.
Like another one.
And he plays on Baltimore, so that says a lot.
Yeah. Plus, he's not even the starting running back. I think J.K. Dobbins is.
Yeah, I mean, quarterback-wise,
oh shit.
You know, having Geno Smith and Kirk Cousins will definitely help. Quarterback-wise, help
I just realized that my mic is not plugged into my laptop, so I don't know what fucking mic I'm using.
Huh. Probably your computer microphone.
Probably. I just noticed that. Oh, fuck me now.
Because I can hear you. I've been able to hear you, obviously, this whole time. I'm not just talking to myself.
Yo, no shit, man.
I'm pretty sure they can hear you on YouTube, too. I don't know.
That's
so I don't know,
weird, but moving
whatever.
on. His receivers his receivers are Deontay Johnson and Terry McLaurin, and he has a few of them in. His flex is Marvin Jones, who's a receiver, and the people on his bench are Chark, Pierce, and Wilson.
All right, so
Michael Wilson.
Jones, McLaurin, and who was his first one?
Deontay Johnson.
Deontay Johnson. Okay. Um. So Johnson is definitely the more enticing of the three. Primarily because of he's got a fucking quarterback with Kenny Pickett. You know, Washington's just a hot mess. McLaurin is great. I wish he played on a better team. If he played on a better team with a solid quarterback, he'd probably be like a tier 2, tier 1 wide receiver, I think. He's that good. He's got that much potential, but it's just where he is. That's all I got to say about that. He's not really helping the fact that his running backs are kind of non-existent right now.
Right. His tight end is Travis Kelce.
That's the only thing saving your ass from utter annihilation. The only thing. But a tight end can only get you so far in fantasy.
Yeah.
Kelce is one of those guys that can be an absolute shit wrecker on the field on Sunday, but I don't know that's enough to make up, the difference for having two running backs that are kind of meh.
Yeah. His defense is San Fran,
which is probably one of the top defenses in the NFL, and that's totally fine. But that's also not enough, I think. He's had a lot of he's got some really good pieces on the back end of this list, but up front, I'm really grasping at straws trying to find the positives.
Right. Then this kicker is obviously Tyler Bass.
He can kick. He might kick a lot.
Yes. Let's go to Damn Shoulder. His quarterback starter is Lamar Jackson. Backup is CJ Stroud.
Okay. Lamar Jackson and CJ Stroud. So I think that's a safe pick in terms of, looking at what we're looking at here. Lamar hopefully is not injury prone, or he's going to be relying on a CJ Stroud who has a very shaky offensive line, to say the very nicest that I can about it. But this is something that I've been kind of curious about.
Yeah.
Is Lamar Jackson going to actually be able to produce like Lamar Jackson can for the entire season?
What's it called? He's got Zay Flowers. He's got Rashad Bateman. He's got Mark Andrews. He's got Odell Beckham. And he's got J.K. Dobbins and the other guy, Gus Edwards, in the back. So he actually has receivers to target this time.
Yeah, he actually has receivers, but does that mean he's actually going to get the job done?
Probably not.
He has what he's been begging for. He has what Baltimore's been wanting. Can they actually execute?
I doubt it, but that's never here nor there, my guy. His receivers are Tyreek Hill and Drake London. Oh, I completely skipped over this fucking guy's running backs. His running backs are Miles Sanders and Jamal Williams.
See, I started off this stream completely kind of off the rocks, and as we get closer and closer towards the end of it, you're slowly falling off the rocks as I'm gaining my ground.
Hey, that's the whole point of the shit show, huh?
Yeah, for real. All right, I was kind of laughing at you falling off the rocks. So repeat his running backs again.
Running backs are Miles Sanders and Jamal Williams.
I mean, Sanders. Okay, Williams plays for Denver, so immediately
Williams
red
plays for
flag.
New Orleans.
Oh, I saw Jay Williams and thought Denver.
Jamal Williams, he's New Orleans.
Okay, it still says I got a Jay Williams on my list here, and it still says Denver next to it. Oh, that's confusing as shit. Okay, I need to put like the full fucking.
Javonte
Yeah.
Williams.
Man, they need to spell out these whole fucking names on these lists. I swear to God. Okay, that's different. That's a pretty solid 1-2 punch at running back. Carolina's got some question marks this season, obviously, coming in with who they have, but I feel like that they'll do just fine with those picks.
Right. His receivers are Tyreek Hill and Drake London, and his flex is wide receiver Michael Gallup.
So Tyreek Hill and Drake London immediately spell out, an easy 30 points per game minimum between those two.
Oh yeah.
Easily. And then you said his third was who?
His flex is receiver Michael Gallup
Golub.
for Dallas.
Where the fuck is he? There he is. There he is. Wow. So he is. Okay. The first two wide receivers right there are going to be doing all the heavy lifting this season, I feel like. There's that Gallup is fine, but he's not like a game changer, which I guess in a 20-team league, I'm kind of sounding repetitive there, but still, it's okay. It could be a lot worse. It could be a hell of a lot fucking worse.
Which brings me to tight end, Tyler Higbee.
Higbee?
Yes.
Seriously?
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Oh no, not Higbee. Like he's okay, but that's gonna be rough. That's gonna be really rough. Does he have a backup?
No.
Who's the top off waivers?
I'll check. I believe. Come on, where is it? There you are. Thank you. Just give me a minute. I just have to fucking find my league because I'm in 3 of them on ESPN. Thank you. Tight end is top tight end left is Durham Smythe.
Right,
Never mind, he's a free agent.
There's not much else you can do about that. Yeah,
so
there's not much else you can do there.
Actually, no. Actually, it's Durham Smythe. He's in Miami.
Okay. Either way, that's not good. I mean, he's gonna have to just pray the week that Higbee is on a bye. He's not going up against anybody that's got a really solid team.
He's facing Toad's team. He's facing Weezer.
Okay. Well, we'll have to wait and see.
His defense is Green Bay.
It's pretty mid. Pretty goddamn mid. I don't have a lot of good things to say about that pick for defense.
Yeah, and then the kick is his kicker is the man himself, the man of many misses, Greg Joseph.
He willingly chose Joseph?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me. That's fucking bad. Week 13 is gonna be rough.
Oh no.
Like that's gonna be rough on him, man.
I'm looking. Oh my god. I'm looking at my friend Jocelyn's team right now as we go to the next team, into the den. She does have a backup quarterback. Okay. Oh, I was like, you scare me. All right, she has as her starter Josh Allen, and as her backup Desmond Ridder.
Interesting. That's a real backup right there. That's a true backup. But Ridder is going to be starting for Atlanta, I believe, week 1. So, I mean, obviously, you're going to go with Josh Allen to start week 1. There's no doubt in my mind. I don't care if he's playing against the Jets. He's probably going to do a lot better than Ridder's going to do, I think. Right. Let me actually double check. Who do they? Ooh, they play the Panthers week 1. Ooh, that's actually a little bit tougher. Oh man, God. I mean, if Buffalo can block for Josh Allen, obviously, then they'll be fine. But God, that's enticing. That's really fucking enticing.
Very enticing.
To maybe think about a swap.
And for people that are still watching, the only reason this is the longer form of it is because we're going through every single roster.
Yeah.
Like we've gone
Like, I'm
through
sure the
9,
following
2,
weeks,
3,
it's not going to
4,
take
5,
this
6,
long to go
7,
through everything.
8, 9, plus minus 10. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We're on the 9th one. So, yeah, 10. We're on the 10th
Yeah.
team right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, so her running backs are Kenneth Walker and Antonio Gibson.
Kenneth Walker, solid pick from Seattle. Gibson.
Antonio
Okay.
Gibson.
Yeah. Again, you gotta bear with me because I don't have these sorted by name. I got these sorted out by their projected ranking on my screen.
Okay.
And keep in mind, because of that, there's gonna be a lot of, like we just had a minute ago with what's his name. I might confuse a couple guys, so just forgive me. We're still kind of figuring this out on the fly, and that's why we're doing it this week. But I mean, that's okay. At running back, I mean, it's going to be a little bit tougher some weeks. I mean, Gibson plays for Washington. That doesn't give me any hope in that regard. But I mean, that's okay. I've seen worse in this list so far.
His receivers are her receivers are Deebo Samuel and Gabe Davis. She does also have Quentin Johnston as her flex.
Samuel Davis Johnson. That's pretty solid. That's pretty goddamn solid. I mean, you got Deebo Samuel taking big cock block touchdowns and Gabe Davis in Buffalo. So I mean, right there, that's a pretty good 1-2 punch, I think, in my opinion. And then you said third was who?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, who was her third?
Was a flex Quentin Johnston.
Quentin Johnston. Just saw his name. Yeah, I mean that's actually a pretty solid trifecta there of wide receivers. I got to give it to her. That's pretty good.
So, her tight end is Kyle Pitts.
Despite what his name says, he's actually not the Pitts. He's actually pretty good at being a tight end. Just plays on a shit team. It'll depend on how good Desmond Ritter is at throwing the ball.
Yeah.
But I mean, I feel good about that.
Oh yeah. Let's go. Defense is New England.
Ooh, that's fine. I mean, that's top 10 defense. I'll get you 8 or 10 points, 8 or 10 points a week. So it's not terrible.
Yeah, let's hope. And then for kicker is obviously Brandon McManus.
That Jacksonville. That's going to get her another 8 or 10 points. So I mean, on the whole, I mean, that's actually that's probably one of the better rosters I've seen. In my opinion, I mean, Josh Allen leading the way, and then you spell out the rest of it. I mean, there wasn't really any picks. I think the running backs are definitely the weakest, as a grouping, but everybody else is like really, really solid when they're all on the field at the same time. It's the bye weeks that are going to put her into a little bit of trouble, and how she organizes her roster, trying to make the best possible matchups against her opponents. It's going to really kick into place. But I mean, as a whole, that's pretty goddamn good.
Yeah. Now we're talking to Fireball's team. This one's actually a little bit better, but still some holes he needs to fill. That's not Sanos. His quarterback is Jalen Hurts. His fucking backup is Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh no! You went with Jimmy Jesus.
Jimmy Garoppolo's the backup. Garoppolo's the backup. His starter is Jalen Hurts.
I know. Hurts is great. He's a great quarterback, but that bye week's gonna really hang on a second. So Garoppolo's bye week's 13, and then Hurts. 10th. Okay, I'm waiting for somebody to accidentally draft their quarterbacks to share the same bye week. We might have already passed that opportunity up. I'm waiting
Probably.
to see if we find one that does.
Running backs are Alexander Madison and Jeff Wilson Jr., who's on IR.
Oh
And his
shit!
next
Seriously?
option, next option, Zonovan Knight, is a free agent.
So no running backs.
You have any PS4?
Madison's always got.
I think I do, but I'll give it to you in a little bit.
Well, how long is a little bit?
A little while because I'm doing a stream. But the only real running back he has is just Madison.
He's fucked. Moving on. He's fucked.
Receivers are Keenan Allen and Amari Cooper.
All right, that's going to make up quite a bit of ground. Flex.
Flex is also a receiver, Mike Williams.
Okay. That's that. The problem. You said he has Keenan Allen and Mike Williams at wide receiver.
Mm-hmm.
They play for the same fucking team. Why would you do that to yourself? By week 5, he's going to lose by a landslide. Why would you put that on yourself?
Because
Jesus
he's an idiot.
Christ. Oh, man. That's like
His
you're
tight
guaranteed a loss week 5.
His tight end is fucking Dalton Schultz.
Who?
Dalton Schultz.
Who? That's the point. Who? Like, who the fuck is Dalton Schultz?
He played for Dallas last season.
Oh, well. What? How? So what? Like, he got lost going back to Cowboys training camp this summer and just stayed in Houston? What the fuck?
Yeah, now he's in Houston.
Okay.
Oh no!
I don't think he's actually that bad of a tight
end.
end.
You think Dalton Schultz is bad? Wait till you hear what he has
No,
for defense.
Oh, no.
It's Cleveland.
Okay. Listen. Somebody on this list earlier had fucking Tennessee as a defense. Willingly, I think.
Are you freaking? Are you saying that's a bad choice?
So we're about to leave right now. I give you some money for one right now, or I'm gonna go to GameStop tomorrow, like $200, buy a couple games and a controller.
There you go.
It's up to you. You don't want to make some money?
I could see. I think it's probably upstairs. I could probably just give it to you tomorrow, or I could just leave them out somewhere. You can just snag them and it's like yeet.
What do you mean? Some have two?
I have multiple. Yeah,
How much-
I gotta find them. I believe they're upstairs though.
They work for sure.
Most part, yeah.
Have they been smashed before?
No. My PS5 ones, yes, but not my 4.
How much for both of them?
I'll make sure I'll just go 60.
For both?
Yeah, just for both.
Alright.
They're used. I'm not even gonna bother trying to freaking worry about that.
Alright, cool.
All right. Let's get back to that. So yeah, so his defense is Cleveland. I don't even know what the fuck.
I mean, there's a lot worse defenses
Oh, hey,
he
Raider,
could have
Raider,
picked. Cleveland is a defense. It's his defense. It's a defense. And that's all I got to say about that.
And then his kicker's just Cairo Santos.
He can kick. He'll probably kick a lot. Moving on.
Now we get to this used to be a certain person's team, but due to some issues outside of the league, he was removed and replaced with Kirby. He was replaced by Dark Kirby. And he's named his team the Baltimore Blue Barracudas. His quarterback
Okay.
is Brock Purdy. And his backup is Baker Mayfield.
Did he volunteer to take on that team?
Yes.
Purdy is the only good thing that he has going for him. I don't care about what Baker has to say or do. I mean, let's see, man, Purdy and Baker, that's pretty weak.
Baker Purdy.
You better have some. Yeah, I mean, It ain't Purdy, man. That Baker ain't Purdy. Who does he have at running back?
Well, his running backs, I was actually about to get to that, are Austin Eckler and Jonathan Taylor. Oh, wait, he's out with injury. And on a pup list.
Oh, shit. All right, well, then who's after that?
He has for reserves Roshan Johnson, Michael Carter, and Isaiah Spiller.
So literally, it's Austin Eckler or nothing.
Nothing or nothing.
That's terrible. Unless he
His
gets some heavy
receiver-
hitters in wide receiver, he's gonna get
His
smoked.
receivers are better, though. His receivers are better. His
All right.
receivers are Mike Evans and Michael Thomas. His flex is Brandon Ayuk.
That's gonna make up a lot, but I mean, again, Brock Purdy is going to do well for the Niners this season. I feel like he's very underrated. But I mean, the wide receiver core. So I mean, those two things could keep him in the loop. The quarterback and the wide receiver core. I don't have a lot of confidence in this right now.
Tight end is Ty Conklin.
Conklin.
Yes.
Okay. That's an option. That's an option. I don't really know what else to say besides that.
His defense is how about them Cowboys?
It's a pretty good defense. Probably getting about 8 or 10 points a game easily, but I mean, this is a real mixed bag of a roster. I am like thoroughly underwhelmed.
And his defense, no, his kicker is just Will Lutz. I was like, just Will Lutz.
Why? Fucking
Nobody
why?
knows.
Denver.
And now we're on to another
Denver.
team. This is the team that's projected to be last. I
got my cringe ready.
I mean, it sucks because the team actually looked decent too, but like, this team's just projected to suck.
All right.
So his quarterback is Tua Tagovailoa, and his backup is Jordan Love.
All right. So off the bat, we got Tagovailoa, who just recently stopped having the world spinning around him, and Jordan Love, who is extremely unproven. Not great. The only thing that is saving him is Miami's actually got, Tyreek Hill at wide receiver, so they got some options, but it's not a good start, but I don't see why they're finishing last quite yet.
All right. His running backs, A.J. Dillon and Khalil Herbert.
A.J. Dillon, Khalil Herbert.
Yep.
Jesus. Okay, we're falling off the walls. He's got. Okay, let's move on before I get too out of whack here.
His receivers are A.J. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and his flex is receiver Romeo Dubes.
So A.J. Brown and Amon-Ra St. Brown. That's a really fucking great pair of wide receivers there. But just his third wide receiver was Dubes?
Dubes. Yes, Dubes.
Why does he have 3 Packers on his team starting? That's awful strategy. Holy shit. Okay, maybe not Jordan Love starting this week, but still 3 Packers on the team. Like, you got to be a little more spread out than that. Like, literally at every single position so far. Next year, tell me he's got a Packers kicker, a Packers tight end, and a Packers fucking defense.
No, but they almost all of them are NFC North, though.
Oh, Jesus, fuck me. Okay, where are we at? Where we going?
His fucking tight end is Cole Kmet.
Next.
His defense is Detroit.
Fucking next.
His kicker's Graham Gano.
Oh no. Now I get it. Now I fucking get it. His defense is going to be costing him points. He's not going to get plus anything out of the Lions defense. It's going to be -10 every week. What is he doing? Holy shit. Okay, wait. You said the Lions defense, right?
Yes.
Okay. You literally just picked up Minnesota off of waivers, and they're literally about the same skill level. I shit you not. They're on the same level as the fucking Rams.
Oh,
Hit the garbage. Take it out. That is terrible.
Oh. Here comes.
This is why a
Titans
20-team league is an awful idea. Holy shit. Oh my god. Wow.
All right, let's go.
Is that
Let's go
the
to the
barrel?
next team. No, there's Titans
no.
team now. His quarterback. Oh my
Oh.
god, does he have a backup? Oh my god, he doesn't have a backup quarterback.
Oh no.
Oh no, and his quarterback's Justin Fields.
Oh. Oh no. So Justin Fields, that's not the problem here. Justin Fields is a really good quarterback. He had a breakout season last year. I expect more of the same with how much shit the Bears did over the offseason. But where is your backup? God damn.
His running backs are Travis Etienne, and now it's Javonte Williams.
And now it's Javonte Williams of Denver.
And his flexes were Rashad Penny.
Oh, boy. Oh, fucking boy. So if there's a good side here, it's that Javonte Williams of the Broncos, now that we got that clarified, is going to be running for his life a lot. So he's going to get plenty of touches. So
Yeah.
I don't know what direction he'll be moving, but he'll be moving.
He'll be revealing.
He'll be moving all right. North and south, most likely. I don't know about east and west.
His receiver core is actually not that bad at all. I actually really like it.
All right.
His receiver
All
core
right,
is
what are we
Cooper
at
Kupp
with that?
and Chris Godwin.
You said Cup and Godwin?
Yep.
Well, that's pretty good. Like,
That is pretty good.
if Godwin didn't have Baker Mayfield as a quarterback, I'd say that's great. But that's not bad. I mean, it could be worse.
Which leads me to the tight end. Chigoziem Okonkwo.
It just got worse. I think Okonkwo is a good tight end, don't get me wrong, but Tennessee is a tire fire that nobody's paying any goddamn attention to. Everybody just looks at the sclare of King Henry at running back, and they forget that Tannehill is absolutely fucking putrid.
Yep. His defense is Carolina.
No. Ain't no fucking way. There are 20 teams in this league. How do these guys keep picking defenses that are worse than 20th in the rankings? Oh my God.
I will trade him that Vikings defense if he gives me Darnell Mooney.
That's not even fucking much of an upgrade. Are you shitting me?
It would upgrade my flex. It would upgrade my flex position, but yeah, I got.
Oh man, that's fucked. That's
now that
so
I think about
fucked.
it, I don't know if I should do that. His kicker,
I don't know.
His kicker.
That's trading beans for beans, man.
Next one is.
I don't care who's kicker.
Now he's going to Sarah / Jonesy's team. Sarah's Giants. Her quarterback is Joe Burrow. Her backup is Sam Howell.
Wait, Joe Burrow and Sam Howell?
Yep.
Okay.
You are not hearing that one wrong.
No.
That is correct.
Well, at least there's two quarterbacks on this team. Joe, just start Joe the whole season. He'll be fine. He'll get
He just
20
get
points a
injured.
game, 25 points a game, maybe even a couple 30 and 40 burgers. We'll see. But
Yeah. Her running backs are her second overall pick, Saquon Barkley, and Zach Charbonnet.
that still pisses me off. Why would you draft Saquon the second overall? Like that is such a waste. You could have gotten any fucking buddy at second overall. Literally, you could have grabbed probably Patrick Mahomes. You could have grabbed Jalen
No, I
Hurts.
was thinking Mahomes first overall. No matter
Okay,
what.
all right. Well, still, like, okay, you could have grabbed Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, Tyreek Hill, Cooper Cup. Those guys are clear and away so much better. I don't care what position they played in Saquon Barkley. Barkley is damaged goods. Like, he'll get the ball, but he is not going to be a big point producer. I can tell you that right now.
Oh yeah. Her receivers are Brandon Cooks and Sky Moore. Her flex is Kadarius Toney.
I mean,
You know what? Now
I've
that I
heard of
realize
Kadarius.
this, you know what? Let's go. Other than her defense and her kicker, every single person as a starter again. Other than Charbonnet, Burrow, her defense and her kicker, everyone there is a fucking former Giant.
That is a huge problem because the Giants were not that good a few years ago. And
No,
a lot of these guys were part of the problem.
Yep. But yeah, like I said,
no.
her receivers are Cooks and Moore, and her flex is Kadarius Toney.
Okay. So I got nothing for you there. I got fucking nothing.
Tight end is former Giant Evan Ingram.
Ingram's going to have a good year in Jacksonville, so that's a solid draft pick.
Defense is Jacksonville.
Okay. I mean, kind of mid, but okay. I understand
kicker,
it. Probably a late pick.
And kicker's Daniel Carlson.
That's fine. That's at least a very reliable kicker.
Yeah. And now we go to Kyrgios' team. His quarterback is Justin Herbert the pervert. And really? That's your backup? Really?
Who?
His backup is Kyle Trask.
You gotta be shitting me.
You think I'm shitting you?
Is he betting that Baker's gonna crash and burn?
I don't know what he's thinking.
That's a hell of a gamble. I mean, the good news is that Kyle Trask, should he have to step in for Baker Mayfield, only has an early bye week. So that's the nicest thing I could say about that option. You're really kind of fucked either way there.
Oh, yeah. Running backs are Derrick Henry and Samaje Perine. I don't fucking know what it is.
Perine. It's Perine. Formerly of Cincinnati, now in Denver, right?
Yep. Denver, yep.
Yeah. That's a good 1-2 punch. Nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all. Receivers are DeAndre Hopkins and Juju. And his flex is Van Jefferson.
Okay. I mean,
you got it.
Nothing to write home about, but nothing terrible.
True. Tight end is David Njoku.
That's a solid pick. I mean,
defense is New
all
Orleans.
the flaws of the Cleveland offense. I mean, Njoku is probably one of the more solid anchors that they have.
Yep. Defense is New Orleans.
That's not terrible. They're just outside the top 10 defenses on my screen here. So I mean, that's not bad. I mean, we started off really questionable at quarterback, but as we gone down, everything just sounds like consistency to me. All these picks are guys that are at least very consistent. They're not all big flashy names except Smith Schuster, but Smith Schuster is flashy for all the wrong fucking reasons. They're at least consistent names.
And his kicker is kicker to kicker.
Mm-hmm. I mean, yeah, that's a solid roster. I got no real complaints there, other than the choice of going with a literal backup quarterback as your backup quarterback. It's the only thing I'm questioning the fucking realities on here.
Oh God, that's not the only one we have. Because it happened again with this next team, True Blues. Her starter is Jared Goff. Her backup is Jacoby Brissett.
Ooh, and this is why you don't. Man, I got nothing here. Like Goff is like Jared Goff will do fine in Detroit this season, but Brissett, the only thing Brissett's got going is that maybe Howell doesn't do a good job, and he gets swapped out late in the season. I don't know.
Running backs are Josh Jacobs and James Conner.
Two very decent options. No complaints.
Well, I thought the other shoe's about to drop. I guess, okay. Receivers are CD's Nut Slam and Treylon Burks.
Flex?
Receiver Adam Thielen.
Okay. I mean,
and yes, I really called him CD's Nut Slam.
I ignored it. It was a really weak joke.
I always call him that. That's.
I know.
I will not. I will not know yet until probably tomorrow sometime. Will not know until tomorrow, but my guess is yes.
All right.
Anyway,
tight end.
Tight end. It is Dallas Goedert.
That is pretty good. Pretty fucking good. I mean, if for a tight end, you're not going to get much better outside of the top 5 than Goddard, I think. I mean, Waller is technically. Some people think Waller for the Giants is better than Kittle, but I think Goddard is probably up there next to Kittle in terms of like top producing tight ends in this league.
The defense is Washington.
Oh man. On the surface it sounds bad, but then you actually take a look at the rankings and somehow they're actually just slightly below Cincinnati. So they're very mid on the defensive side, but have to wait and see on that one, Buster. I don't really know. I don't really got anything for you.
And kicker is obviously Jason Sanders.
He can kick. He'll be kicking a lot.
We're down to our final 3 teams.
All right.
This one is Ardina's Team Puzzle. Quarterback is the sex guy himself, and the backup is Ryan Tannehill.
Boy.
Do I need to tell you who the fuck the starter is?
He picked Deshaun Watson, didn't he?
Mm-hmm. You were there for it.
Okay, look. Tannehill is just not a great option for a quarterback to begin with because he's just so goddamn inconsistent, and he's not going to get you a lot of points anyway because he's going to dump the ball and give it to King Henry from the majority of the game. Deshaun Watson's better only because he's not going to be a default to running back quarterback. He's not going to just hand the ball off every single play. But that doesn't make him great either. I mean, he is extremely overrated as a quarterback. He has not done shit since coming back from his forced absence due to drinking stupid juice 30 times. week one's going to be really telling as to how this is all going to shake out for
Running backs are
Watson.
Bijan Robinson and Rashad White.
I'm not impressed. I mean, it's fine, but it's not anything really too great.
Receivers are Calvin Ridley and George Pickens. Flex is Nico Collins.
That's at least a little better. That's fine. That's solid. I mean, nothing really. Again, there's not like a whole lot of big names in there. You don't have a Jamar Chase or Tyreek Hill, but I mean, I could get the job done.
Right. Tight end Mark Andrews.
If you're not going to be able to get Kelsey, you better get Mark Andrews. That's a pretty good pick. I won't lie.
Yep. Defense is Buffalo.
Buffalo. That's. I feel like they might be slightly overrated on defense. Like I don't think they're bad. I don't think they're like better than the. I don't think they're better than the Jets, for example. But we'll see. I think that. I mean, it'll get them like 5 or 6 points a game.
Right. And kicker is Younghoe Koo.
Ooh, Koo. I've always loved fucking Younghoe Koo. His story going from
Huh?
AAF to
You always
NFL,
fucking. You always like the fuck hole? Huh?
That's funny. That's fucking funny. I think Koo is probably one of the better kickers in the league, just quietly. Like he is underrated. But I mean, you know, if you're gonna have a kicker, Younghoe Koo is fine.
Yeah. Now on to the team that's projected to be the second worst. Hells.
This is gonna be great.
All right, the Tits quarterback is Matt Stafford. His backup is no one.
Hell, I thought you and I had a better understanding of this, man. The fuck were you thinking? Matt Stafford, willingly choosing Matt Stafford is bad, but willingly going without a quarterback as your backup is even worse. Literally, the Rams are not going to be anything this season. I don't fucking get it. Stafford's riding this out the rest of his contract. He got his fucking ring and he's going to retire. I don't get the point in drafting Matt Stafford. I just fucking don't.
Yep. His running backs are Joe Mixon and Raheem Mostert.
That's at least a pretty goddamn good combo right there. That's saving him a little bit. It's not going to win him more games, but it's at least going to make him look a little better.
His receiver core is DK Metcalf and Michael Pittman.
And now you can see where some of the higher picks went. They went into the support role. He waited too long to get a goddamn quarterback.
Yep. His flex, by the way, was Odell Beckham.
And that's a real wild card because I have Odell didn't play at all last season after tearing his ACL in the Super Bowl. So that's either going to be a really great sneaky pick or a really shit flex. And there's no in between.
Tight end is Cade Otton.
Okay, he's a tight end. Let's move on.
Defense is Seattle.
Of course it is. Fucking course it is. I mean, that's not a terrible defense. Hang on, I gotta take a look at this. I mean, Seattle's I take that back. They're pretty fucking bad. Okay, whatever. He could trade up for Jacksonville's defense or something, maybe, to help him. I don't know. Maybe he's being sentimental with that pick. It makes no sense to me.
Yeah. And kicker is Justin Tucker.
I mean, if you think Justin Tucker's going to score 15 points a game, then that's a great pick, but he ain't. He just won't. He can
Which
kick from
brings
damn
us-
where anywhere on the other side of the 50, but
right. Which
I
brings
mean
us
that's
to our
probably the
final.
only man that team pisses me off. Hell, you know better, man. What the fuck are you doing?
Now this brings us to our last team,
Mm.
Fish. His quarterback is Derek Carr.
So look, we're giving Derek Carr shit, but let's be honest here. He ate at least he ate Matthew Stafford at this point. Like he actually has a team that is going to contend in the division this
Yeah.
season. So I mean he's got that going for him. It's gonna be high scoring, I think. So he could get, 30 points a game some weeks. We'll have to wait and
Yeah.
see. What about a backup?
Backup is Josh Dobbs.
Oh fucking shit. And we're back. Just when I had hope. Just when I had fucking hope. All right, let's get this shit show over with. Running back, go.
Tony Pollard and Nick Chubb.
Wait, and that, I mean, that's.
In that order, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nick Chubb, Tony Pollard. It's two great running backs.
Yep.
What's not to like there? Holy shit, it's like a roller coaster. Like I'm so down, and then I'm back up, and then I'm back. It's like I keep shooting myself up with heroin every 5
And
minutes.
we're going
like,
back
hey,
down.
oh,
And we're going
hey, oh.
And we're going back down a little bit. Receivers are Christian Watson and DJ Moore. His flex is Christian Kirk.
That's not that big of a downgrade. I mean, if you're spending 2 draft picks on fucking Nick Chubb and Tony Pollard, I mean, you're going to have a little bit of a downgrade at receiver. That's still like, it went from to and then we see where we're at on tight end.
You really want to know?
Oh, God.
It's Irv Smith.
Irv Smith?
Mm-hmm.
That's a name? Who the fuck is Irv Smith?
He's the tight end for Cincinnati.
Wow, that's really embarrassing, actually. Holy shit. I've been called out. Okay, hang on. I gotta search this. Where the fuck is Irv Smith? Oh, Irv. Okay, there he is. Irv Smith Jr. That's why I didn't see him at first. Okay. I don't know a goddamn thing about Irv Smith Jr. I really don't. Played 8 games last season, 25 receptions for 182 yards and 2 touchdowns. Yeah, I don't know. That's oh man. I love my team, but I don't know about Irv.
And the defense is no better. It's the Dolphins.
He went with Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I mean, Miami's okay. They're okay. They're at least on the better half of of 15. Like they're in the top 15 to 10 in that area. That's not. It could be worse. You could have grabbed, the fucking. You could have grabbed Houston.
Yeah.
Willingly.
And finally, his kicker is Harrison Butker.
He can kick some butt, Kerr.
Oh my
But in ching.
Oh my God.
Can you tell I'm done with this stream, man? Like that was brutal. These rosters are fucking holy shit. I am going to be insanely curious to see how we are going to be breaking down the games coming up in week 1,
Do you
comparing
want to do the
player
games for week
performance.
1?
I mean, how you want to do it, man?
We'll go.
We're kind
we'll
of
just
shooting
go.
from the hip
Here's
here.
what we'll do. I'll read off the matchups, and then I'll read the projected scores, and then you tell me if you think it's accurate or if you think it should be different. And if you think it's different, you can predict the other team to win.
So
Well,
here's
so
the
am I.
problem. We went through so many goddamn rosters and so many goddamn players. It was kind of hard for me to keep up, but I will do my very best.
I'm not expecting you to fucking be Houdini. I'm just expecting you to be Red.
I'm no Mel Kiper, even though you called me your own Mel Kiper. So we'll give it a
You're
go.
the one that insinuated that.
I was drunk.
Fair enough.
Like, what do you want me to tell you? I was fucking drunk. But
Fair enough.
anyway, we're doing
All right.
this.
All right. So I faced Mago in week 1. ESPN's database has projected me to win by a score of 109 to 101.9.
Yeah, that's a coin flip. That like any scores that close, it's always going to be a coin flip. I feel
Yeah,
like, in
and the
fantasy, so-
percentages are 52 to 48.
yeah, I mean that literally that's gonna be a bloodbath.
The next matchup between Queso and the Blue Barracudas is projected that Zoop is set to win by a score of about 115 to 90.
115 to 190.
No, 115
Yeah,
to 90.
115 to 90. Okay. That's still kind of close enough to where something could happen and it could flip the scale. So we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah. For the next matchup, it is Helv versus Keegan, projecting that Helv will win 103 to 97.
Yeah, that's not going to be a contest. I'm sorry. I have no. I got nothing. I'm sorry.
Are you saying Hel's gonna choke?
Yes.
All right, next one. True Blues versus Fireball. Projected scores are 111 to 100 in favor of True Blue.
God, why are these so fucking close?
I don't know.
Yeah, I can't. I wouldn't be able to tell you that one.
Next game. Damn Schroeder versus Toad. Projected scores 116 to 97 in favor of Jarrett.
Okay. Yeah, I would definitely go with Jared in that
All right. Oh, and I just went backwards. And next one. This one's literally 50-50, and the scores are separated by a mere point. Twenton is projected to beat Ardina 113 to 112.
Let's break down this matchup real quick here, and I'm only going to ask who's going to be the quarterbacks starting for each team.
Ardina has Watson, and Twenton has Fields.
Twins going to win.
Okay, okay. This one's not. Oh my god, this one's a blowout. Jonesy is projected to beat Voltic 102 to 66.
Get the fuck out of here. Do something, Voltic.
Voltic has Sam Darnold.
Do something. Do something or get beat.
Next one is Krios and Into the Den, with Krios projected to win 103 to 100.
That's a coin flipper. Who are the quarterbacks starting that game? That's going to be the biggest telltale, I think.
Allen for ITD and Herbert for Krios.
ITD.
All right. And second to last, we got Imaginary Radar for P-Dog taking on The Police Are After Me. Scores being 117 to 97 in favor of P-Dog.
Yeah, P-Dog's going to walk away with that one, I feel like.
Yeah. In the last matchup, Fish and Billy. Projected scores are 108 to 105 in favor of the Fish.
Who's starting quarterback?
For
both.
Fish has Carr, Billy has Jones.
I think that's gonna be really close, but I'm gonna go with Fish.
All right, and I guess to wrap up the stream, how about you name me a projected final? A projected
Oh,
championship final.
it's gonna be tough because a lot of these rosters are just so spread out and so fucking crazy that it's gonna be extremely difficult for me to accurately tell you a
That's what makes
roster.
it fun. That's what makes it fun.
So I will just say P Dog versus Hell, and we'll see what the fuck happens.
That's brutal. That's brutal.
And I have no expectation that that's going to happen. So if it happens, then some crazy ass bullshit has
Man,
fucking
that
gone
is
down. It's going to be fun as
tree
shit.
levels of jinxing.
Yep, I'm jinxing the shit out of that one.
All right, and that will wrap up the season preview stream. We know who has what. Why the fuck any of them are like that? The world may never fucking know. Thank you again to our director of media personnel, Mr. Red5478, for helping us out with that, and we'll see you back again for the end of week 1. And thank you all again for tuning in to this somewhat helpful guide with a lot of criticism and bullshit where we both lose our fucking minds.
There's going to be a lot of shit talking this season. I fully expect that week 1, when all is said and done, there's going to be some surprises. There's going to be some tears. There's going to be some pants shat, and there's going to be a lot of beer on the floor. So,
Yep,
gonna be
exactly
good.
what that is. But anyways, I will see you guys possibly again sometime this week or maybe parts of early next week with the Amateurs Guide for the NHL. But for now, thank you guys and good night.